Teofimo Lopez, your prediction for June 5th against George Kambosos Jr. Triller Fight Club pay-per-view.
My prediction is going to be a one to watch. It's going to be it's going to be a short night. It's going to be a short night. And but at the end of the day, we're going to stay hard, training, stay focused. We can't overlook Kambosos. We can't look over anyone. You have it, and then you can lose it. Just like that. So, I'm staying focused on it. Me and my father, we have a great game plan. We know what we're going to do. We're going to execute it just like we did with the Lomachenko fight, but better. And that's what I'm looking forward to. You guys are going to see a better version of Teofimo Lopez than ever before. You thought Lomachenko was something? Tune in June 5th. It's going to be a spectacular show.
Every time, I cried for 4 days before I signed this contract with Jermaine Ortiz. Because I know what I'm going back into. It's like doing a deal with the devil. Although I'm not with him. But trust me, he finds every single day in my dreams and in physical form to kind of get me off. And I got to stay positive.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So that was Teofimo Lopez expressing how he felt when he found out he was fighting against Jermaine Ortiz next. And you heard what he just said. He said he cried for 4 days. And we're not talking about tears of joy. So what does he mean when he says he cried for 4 days? Well, he explained what he meant. He says, because I know what I'm getting back into. It's like making a deal with the devil. It sounds like he's saying this fight reminds him of the Kambosos experience, him losing that fight. A fight that people expected Teofimo to be able to win with one arm tied behind his back. Teo would end up losing that fight and turning down a rematch. Then later on, he has his fight with Sandor Martin, which a lot of fans thought he lost. He was so disappointed with his performance, he asked his father on camera, "Do I still got it?" So when Teofimo Lopez said taking this fight is like doing a deal with the devil, the question is, why is he saying that for this fight in particular? Because he didn't say this for the Campo fight. He didn't say this for the Josh Taylor fight. For some reason, he's only saying it for the Jermaine Ortiz fight. Now, keep in mind, Lopez, he did fight Ortiz in the amateurs. And according to the reports, he beat Ortiz. But the amateurs and the pros is almost two different sports. But it's really interesting, though, because when Lopez says it's like doing a deal with the devil, he's basically implying that he was robbed in the Kambosos fight, and he's worried about being quote-unquote robbed again in the Ortiz fight. But Teofimo has also predicted that he's going to knock out Jermaine Ortiz within 4 rounds. So which one is it? Is it going to be a very easy fight where he's just going to get him out in 4 rounds? Or is it going to be a very, very competitive fight? Or is it going to be life or death for Teofimo, where it's going to be so razor thin that it could go either way? Speaking of life or death, Teofimo Lopez claims that George Kambosos almost killed him in the ring because he said he should have been dead. According to Teo, he was literally a dead man walking in the fight. So the question is Jermaine Ortiz about to almost kill him as well? Just keep in mind, guys, this was not the opponent that Teofimo Lopez was expecting to fight. He was supposed to be fighting against Jose Ramirez, which is a fighter that Teofimo Lopez has called out on multiple occasions in the past. But Jose Ramirez pretty much left Teofimo Lopez in the same situation that Rolly Romero left Ryan Garcia in. Top Rank presented the Jermaine Ortiz fight because Jose Ramirez turned down the Teofimo Lopez fight. Jermaine Ortiz is obviously a tougher fight than the Jose Ramirez fight would have been because Jose Ramirez is a walking punching bag. By way of contrast, Jermaine Ortiz, he's tall, he has reach, he can fight on the inside, he can fight on the outside, he can fight righty, he can fight lefty, which Teofimo understands, and this is the reason why Teofimo does not sound completely confident. Although I do feel he's going to win this fight. But you know, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense for him to imply that he was robbed in the Kambosos fight because a lot of people felt he lost the Sandor Martin fight. So who is the devil really rooting for when he says he feels like he's doing a deal with the devil? At the end of the day, when you listen to all the things that Teofimo Lopez says, like he cried for 4 days when he found out he's getting himself back into this situation, fighting someone like Jermaine Ortiz. Or do I still have it? Do I still got it? These are things you don't usually hear fighters say that truly believe that they're the best. These are things that people with a lack of confidence say. And this is the reason why the sport of boxing is so mental, because the loss affects all fighters differently. When Teofimo says it's like I'm doing a deal with the devil, but I'm not with him, he's saying I'm against the devil, but it's like the devil is constantly in my dreams trying to get me off, but I gotta stay positive. It sounds like Teofimo is fighting the demons within, because that's what happens to a lot of fighters once again when they suffer a defeat. Some fighters question themselves, wondering if they're as good as they thought they were, which coincidentally is the exact question that Teofimo Lopez asked his father on camera after the Sandor Martin fight. He's fighting the demons within, and he's trying his best to build his confidence back up. He was crying for 4 days because he does not want disaster to strike again. We'll find out if it will this Thursday. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Suppose this is an easy fight for him, but they just brought in a defensive coach. So which one is it? Is it an easy fight?
You're so off.
But you brought in a defensive coach.
Sorry,
So
man.
it's pretty it's sad because they had a guy in their team that done everything for him, that set everything up for him. They had all the game plans, and they just brushed him to the side. I'm loyal. I got my team. Sad because they had a defensive coach.
Early. A couple years ago, Teofimo went out and finished off Magdaleno in a spectacular 7th round knockout. How do you take to those comments that they feel they're going to finish you early?
Look, I've heard a lot of things from him, and at the end of the day, suppose this is an easy fight for him, but they just brought in a defensive coach. So which one is it?
Knockout. Gone ahead and said that you remind him of Diego Magdaleno, and a couple years ago, Teofimo went out and finished off Magdaleno in a spectacular 7th round knockout. How do you take to those comments that they feel they're going to finish you early?
Look, I've heard a lot of things from him, and at the end of the day, suppose this is an easy fight for him, but they just brought in a defensive coach. So which one is it? Is it an easy fight?
You're so off.
But you brought in a defensive coach.
Sorry,
So
man.
it's pretty it's sad because they had a guy in their team that done everything for him, that set everything up for him. They had all the game plans, and they just brushed him to the side. I'm loyal. I got my team. I know what I'm about. And if they think it's going to be 3, no problem. Prepare for
That's
3.
it.
But I'm prepared for every single round.
So Teofimo, why did you guys
We can't overlook Cambosis. We can't look over anyone. You have it, and then you can lose it. Just like that.
Bro, do I still have it? You do, man. Do I still got it?
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking
Because
to
if
repair
they gave
eczema
Teofimo
scars,
Lopez the
burns,
Sandor
bruises,
Martin fight,
dark spots,
they'll
and
definitely
blemishes,
give him a
fever
close fight
blisters,
against Jermaine
diabetic
Ortiz.
ulcers. And this
That's
right
all I
here
got
is
for
the
now, guys.
perfect
I'm on to the
product
next
for you
one.
guys. It's called Elo de Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.